Welcome to Hospitality Live with Rupesh. Each week, we feature an industry leader that will share the latest trends and the best strategies to help you grow. Now, welcome your host, Rupesh Patel.
What's up, everybody? Guys, comment and let me know where you're watching from. Yes, this is not my office. This is live from my sister's house in Massachusetts. Guys, comment, let me know where you're watching from. This is episode number 100. I'm clapping by myself, but I'm sure everybody's excited. This is episode 100. Super excited about this. Can't believe we've made it to 100 episodes in a row, 100 weeks in a row. Super excited. And I'm more excited to celebrate this milestone with a legend in the hotel industry, an absolute legend. I cannot wait to speak with him. He's the author, he's a leader, he's an entrepreneur, Mr. Horst Schulze. I can't wait. He's the founding president, or was a founding president of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company. Super excited. Guys, comment and let me know if this is live on LinkedIn and where you're watching from. Let me see where people are watching from as I pull you guys up. Hang on, let's see. We are live. All right, guys, comment. All right, we have Omaha, Nebraska. Hey, Adele. Thank you, Katie. Wendy, thank you so much. Daytona Beach is in the house. Can't wait to celebrate with you. Shelly, Ramit's in the house. Katie, can't wait. All right, we got great wall of fire. Yes. Yes, this is my sister's house. She has a beautiful house here. That's my niece right there. Super excited to do this 100th episode. So excited. All right, we have Delaware in the house, Florida in the house, North Carolina in the house. 100. Yes, we are 100, Trisha. Fort Lauderdale's in the house. India's in the house. Dallas, Texas. I will be there next Monday. Can't wait for a whole conference. North Carolina's in the house. Hey, good morning, Katie. Steven, good morning. Denver, Colorado's in the house. Orlando, my hometown, is in the house. Goa, India, I love it. Sammy, Donna says, where's Sammy? Sammy's upstairs. He's celebrating with the rest of my family as we celebrate 100 episodes. I can't believe it's been 100 weeks in a row that we've been doing this. And I'm excited, guys. All right, let's see who else is on. We have Neil on, Fort Lauderdale's in the house, Stefan's in the house. Yes, thank you so much. It's been 100 episodes. It's been so much fun sharing ideas, bringing amazing people on. We have Connecticut in the house, ATL in the house. Yes, Chicago in the house, Indianapolis in the house. Welcome, guys. Keep commenting. Guys, the most engaging person is going to win a $100 gift card to Smart Guests, and I'm giving away free giveaway books. I can't wait. We're giving away some other prizes too. Yes, we did. I did say that we were going to give away some awesome stuff. We have Jersey in the house, Vero Beach in the house. Let's see, Illinois in the house. Yes, we are excited, guys. This is episode number 100, and you're going to get inspired today with leadership habits, growth habits that we all can live by, featuring our super leader, Horst Schulze, and you're going to learn how he built his team with service excellence and discover the ladies and gentlemen of the Ritz-Carlton. Plus, I have my BFF, Sarah Dandashy, on with the Hospitality Minute, talking about what's happening in news and travel. Guys, somebody comment. We do this every week. You guys should be used to this by now. Somebody put in the comments, smartguests.com is the sponsor of this episode. With over 4,580 customers nationwide, Smart Guests helps your hotel improve its operation, marketing, reviews, guest service scores, all of those things with over 50 tools to drive revenues. Turn that guest into a loyal guest, smartguests.com. Somebody put that in the comments so it can be clickable to all of us. And guys, bookmark it, smartguests.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. So excited. All right, so every week I talk about a mindset, and this week's mindset is very simple. Just keep going. I know a lot of us are struggling with these different things within work, our family, or whatever it is. We just have to keep going because that's what's going to keep us going. And, I always look at it when I'm in a struggle, or if I'm in a bind, or if I'm in some stressful time in my life, I look at how the next 6 months or maybe the future is going to look like that for me. And then kind of project myself into that mindset. And I'm not sure if what you do to keep going, but I would love to learn in the comments, what do you guys do to keep going? I mean, I thought I was going to quit like a year ago. You know what? I can't do this. I can't dedicate my time every Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. to do this. And there are times where I'm like, oh my God, I have to get up and do this. I have thousands of things going on with my life. And you know what? I just kept it going because I knew in the future that I would have this opportunity to connect and learn from amazing folks like our featured guest today, Mr. Horst Schulze. Things like that keep me going. I would love to learn from you. What keeps you going? Hit the comments, hit the love button if you keep yourself going and you inspire others to grow too. That's my mindset this week. Now, I definitely have my buddy that keeps me going, and I cannot wait to meet her. Let's bring her up. Sarah, are you there?
Hi, I'm Sarah Dandashy from Ask a Concierge. Every week, I'll be sharing the latest hospitality and travel news and updates in a segment we like to call Hospitality Minutes.
What's up, Sarah? We like to call this Hospitality Minute, right?
We like to call it the Hospitality Minute. First of all, good morning. Congratulations. I have this out ready to celebrate with you later because it's 6:30 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And, you know, I'm not that rowdy of an individual. It's still Wednesday. But in a couple hours, I will be cheersing to you, Rupesh. Congrats.
Listen, thank you so much for keeping me going, Sarah, as we're celebrating 100. Can you believe it's been 100 weeks in a row that we've been doing this, trying to keep ourselves going and then trying to keep the community of hospitality people going?
Well, it's really incredible just thinking about obviously the past year and a half, how everything has changed and evolved and how much more connected we have gotten as a community, as hospitality professionals from all different backgrounds. So regardless of what type of hotel you work in, we've all been able to connect online as we've kind of gone through this entire experience together. So it's so great to be a part of the community and to expand our network, even if it is digitally, and which means it's cool because it's coming to life as all of these conventions are coming back, and you and I are going to finally meet in person, which is great.
Guys, super excited. Here it is. Sarah and I, let's see here. Wait. There, right there. Sarah and I and Glenn are going to be meeting together for the first time ever next Tuesday, live from Dallas, Texas at the AHOA conference. Sarah, I can't wait to meet you. It's going to be exciting.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It'll be great.
And we're going to do this live show from the conference next week. I can't wait. I'm going to have to poke you like this or something.
Yeah. No, you're gonna be, oh my gosh, you're real. I am a real person. Go figure.
Well, let's find out what's happening in hospitality, Sarah.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll dive right in. Love this. American Express, our friends over at American Express, actually, they did a study which kind of revealed how each generation is traveling this summer. And it's just, again, always great to see what consumers and travelers are doing so that we can take that information and power that us, especially as we go into fall. So they found that 4 in 10 U.S. consumers have already traveled this summer, and nearly 1/3 of Americans have spent more on travel than usual this year. Obviously, a lot of that is due to the fact that many people didn't necessarily travel over the past year. And so whether they saved up a little bit more, whether they're just more excited to have that travel experience, but they are spending more on travel. As we know, we've always talked about this, millennials and Gen Xers are more likely to travel with family this summer. I think a lot of that also has to do with age, but millennials about 57% and Gen Xers about 52%. Also, the reasons why people are traveling. So people are looking to travel for family reunions, friends trips, birthdays, and of course, anniversaries as well, too. And if you remember last week, I talked about honeymoons. There's this boom in honeymoons. So people are ready to get back out and celebrate those special moments. Now, if we want to look ahead a little bit to fall travel, they found about 63% have indicated that they want to be, this is interesting, they want to be more intentional with their paid time off and plan to schedule time off for vacation rather than just taking time off here and there and maybe not planning anything. So people are really looking to maximize their time off and actually take vacations. Great destinations: Florida, California, Texas, New York, Illinois, top flight destinations. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but that's definitely been interesting. So a lot more things, a lot more stats with that. I definitely recommend that you take a look at that study. Very interesting. And then see sort of where your property stacks up. All right, now moving on. And something interesting to consider as far as the whole travel experience. We all know how there's certainly in the world of aviation that there's been staffing issues, certainly similar that we have been sort of struggling with that. But now airlines are concerned about a fuel shortage. Yes, just goes to show you that kind of everywhere down the, a pipeline, so to speak, businesses are struggling with having individuals working for various of reasons. And now they're saying U.S. carriers are finding that there's a fuel shortage, and most of it is going to be in small to mid-sized airports in the West. So keep this in mind if you are planning trips, if you have guests planning trips as well, to just be mindful of that. Hopefully they kind of get through that little hiccup through the middle of August, but that is going on right now. And then the final thing, final topic, which I thought was very exciting, doubly because it's Los Angeles and I'm based in Los Angeles, but I think it also shows a lot for the hotel industry. So Los Angeles has come out. They are actually the second largest hotel construction pipeline market in the United States. By the way, that is second behind New York. Obviously, we know New York and Los Angeles are very large markets, but seeing that if people are developing properties, they're certainly very optimistic about the future. So they found that about 42 projects and about 6,400 rooms are planned to they're planning to start construction on that in the Los Angeles market as well too. But again, lots of figures and stats on that, but more so I think on the broader spectrum is that people are expecting, travel to continue to come back, and certainly hotels to come back, certainly in these bigger markets. So that being said, that's it for the Hospitality Minute. Are you going to leave me on here again, Rupesh?
No. I'm not going to do that to you this time. It's Mr. Horst Schulze. We can't do that to him.
No, we can't.
All right. So, guys, if you love Sarah, hit the like button, hit the comment button that you want to see us live together next week. Super excited about this. And by the way, I'm giving away $500 next week I have a contest. Sarah, I hope that we get to pick somebody awesome. I can't wait. Sarah, and here, guys, here's a promo again. Sarah Dandashy and I and Glenn Hausman, we're doing the AHOA-Con welcome reception Tuesday, August 3rd, 7:30 a.m. And by the way, guys, we're broadcasting live from the welcome reception. All three of us are going to do this together, and I can't wait to do this with you, Sarah and Glenn. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I know. Live and in person.
So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, you and I are going to do a show together.
Yes.
In Glenn's booth, which we're just continue the partnership. And I think Thursday, we're just going to have a lot of fun. So Wednesday night, it's a block party at AHOA-Con. And then Thursday, I think I'm judging a competition. So I think it's just a week full of amazing events. Sarah, I can't wait to see you next week.
I know. I can't wait to as well. It's going to be great. We'll definitely be documenting the moment. So find us, follow us everywhere on social media. But
yeah, where can people find you?
Oh, find me anywhere online at Ask a Concierge, my website, askaconcierge.tv. Or if you hear this voice on your TV and you're like, wait, that sounds like Sarah, it might be me talking about travel on TV. So there you go.
Yeah. Sarah, are you on a show this week? Are you on national television this week? I'm sure you are.
Not yet, but the week we're still only midweek. So I don't know. We'll see.
Awesome, Sarah. Well, it's always a pleasure. Guys, Sarah Dandashy, thank you so much for celebrating 100 episodes with Sarah and I. Sarah, we're going to be continuing the celebration next week. We got Don P in the back. We're definitely going to be celebrating next week as we get to see each other. I can't wait, guys. If you love Sarah, drop a comment that you do like her, and please follow her. Sarah, it's always a pleasure. We'll see you next week.
Guys, have a great show.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, we're celebrating 100 episodes. I can't believe it. All right, so before we continue, I cannot wait to speak to our featured guest. But prior to that, I asked him a question. I said, Mr. Schulze, does the ladies and gentlemen at the Ritz-Carlton accept tips, or are they working for tips? And I was thinking that he was going to say no. He's like, of course they work for tips. Everybody loves money, right? And so before I bring him on, I just announced this 2 days ago. I'm giving away $500 next Wednesday live from this show at AHOACon, and I'm partnered up again with UTip, and it's share your most memorable tipping story contest. So go to rupesh.co/UTip, and it's very easy to enter. Remember, last month we gave away $1,000. This time we're giving away $500. Very easy to enter. It is enter your name at the website, take the poll. So you just click on that little thing that says here, and then share your story. It could be a couple sentences of what your most favorite tipping story was, memorable tipping story. If it's either you giving it or receiving it. And guys, if you want to share really quickly, what's the biggest tip you've ever received working at a hotel? It'd be interesting to know, because I have some stories that people have already submitted their memorable stories, and one person said they got $1,000 or $900, which was amazing. I'm sure you all have stories, so definitely go to rupesh.co/UTip and submit your story. You have a chance to win $500. Now, by the way, before we bring Mr. Schulze on, we are giving away a $100 gift card to smartguests.com. Plus, I am giving away copies of his book. So the most engaging person that's commenting, liking, sharing, all those things live on the show, we're going to give away a few copies of his book. Plus, I'm going to be giving away some gift cards. So I'm watching the comments. And I'm going to be picking some winners here before the end of the episode. So guys, please comment and please continue the engagement. I love it. I love you guys for being here for the 100th episode. All right, now our featured guest for today at the 100th episode, he's had 65 years of experience. He started out as a server's assistant. Please help me welcome Mr. Horst Schulze.
Well, I'm just calling you because I thought maybe you forgot that I'm here.
No, we didn't forget.
Okay.
We had to build this up.
I promise you, by now everybody knows it's your 100th anniversary. I promise you they know it by now.
If they don't, we're going to continue the celebration.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Thank you so much for
everybody. Guess what? He's celebrating his 100th anniversary today.
Is it really 100? Is it really 100? I loved talking to you prior to the show this morning, and we had some great conversations. Welcome to the show. You're a legend in our industry. You've brought so many amazing things to our industry. Please share. You said, I read your bio. You said 65 years of experience in the hospitality industry, and I love that you started out as a server's assistant. How did you get that job?
Before we go into that, let me correct one thing that was mentioned and was written, that I was the founding president of Ritz-Carlton. That's not true. I was vice president of the Ritz-Carlton company. There was a conglomerate company. They had many, and I was vice president. Now, they gave me a few years later the title president. Nothing changed. I was running that company operationally, but just so you know, my first title was vice president. I became COO president, but nothing changed. I was running the same company, just for your information. Anyway, that's it. I mean, yes, I started in the hotel business as a busboy, waiter, assistant, whatever you call that. I was a busboy in a very nice hotel and spa in Germany. I left home when I was 14, lived in the hotel in a dorm room, and worked as a busboy. That's correct.
Yeah, and so, you've transformed our industry. I mean, I've stayed at so many amazing Ritz-Carltons, and these properties, they continue setting that standard of ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to talk about the service excellence. We're going to talk about missions, values, all those things that kind of matter to us. but share the story of the ladies and gentlemen, because I think a lot of folks.
I mean, understand when I left my village, I mean, it was I was a laughing stock. I went to hotel business, cook, waiter. What is that? I mean, in Germany at the time, you learned a technical job. If I would have said I'm going to be a mason, oh wow, that's honorable. Or engineer, now that would have been really great. And here I'm saying it would have been similar if I would have said I'm going to be a garbage man. I would have had the same respect. So I left, but my parents found the best hotel in the region, which unfortunately was 100 kilometers away from my home. So I had to leave home. But my parents warned me because it was the best hotel in the region. Now we could never go there. This is a hotel only for ladies and gentlemen, so behave yourself accordingly. I started working. I'm not kidding you. My mother told me, the general manager of the hotel welcomed us and said, now, the guests here are very important, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get envious. You are here to help serving those ladies and gentlemen. We are here as servants to those fine ladies and gentlemen. Well, the next day, for the first day, I meet the maitre d', who I, in a way, reported to. And he said, now, show up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., not 1 minute after 7, exactly 7. And don't come to work. Come here to be excellent in what you are doing. Well, that went over my head. I mean, cleaning ashtrays, cleaning the floor, washing dishes. What's excellent about that? I learned it after a while from him because he was a human being of excellence. And he impacted my life dramatically. But once a week, hotel school, typical German upbringing, once a week you have a school, and all the kids from the area come to that school. After 2 years, and that, again, it changed my life. The teacher said, write an essay now, 3 pages for next week, about what you now think after 2 years in the hotel business, hotel restaurant business. I went back to work, and that evening I looked at the maitre d' and I realized I want to write about him. And he just then approached a table. Now here it is. And the guests on that table were proud that he came to them. And I said, wait a minute, that's a reversal. They are the ladies and gentlemen. We are just the servants. Yet everybody in this room, every guest, every employee thinks that maitre d' is the most important person in the room. When I contemplated that night to write my essay, I realized he was the most important person because he defined himself as a first-class gentleman. And I said, wait a minute, I can define myself. It occurred to me for the first time that I am responsible to define myself. No one else, not society, not the government, not anybody else. I define myself. And I realized if I define myself as a gentleman, if I am a gentleman. That means if I'm doing excellence in what I'm doing, I will define myself as a gentleman. If not, I define myself something as lesser. Then I may be a servant. So I wrote that essay and I named that essay, We Are Ladies and Gentlemen, Serving Ladies and Gentlemen. And it stayed with me because I got an A. I never had an A before. I never had one afterwards, literally. And when I started Ritz-Carlton, I was in charge of operations. I ran the operation of the company. I wasn't a developer. I wasn't a designer. I was in charge of operations. When I started it, I made that the motto of the company. We are ladies and gentlemen. We are not servants, unless we sentence ourselves to be servants. But if we define ourselves as ladies and gentlemen in service, then we are defining ourselves simply as ladies and gentlemen. That's where it comes from. Long story short.
That is so inspiring. I didn't realize that story came from an essay. I would love to read that essay. I think it'd be so powerful for new generations that are coming into the industry. As you know, we've been affected this last few years in this last year and a half of, is the hospitality industry worth it for me to get into? And, a lot of folks are like contemplating on maybe moving to another industry, what would you say to those folks that are thinking of having a career in hospitality?
Well, everything in life, come on. Everything in life is what you make it. Everything you have to, the question is, do you have high intent for your particular job that you have now? You see, excellence in life and excellence in everything is not an accident. It's having high intent in anything we do. I mean, but like when we started Ritz-Carlton, I moved. Look, before Ritz-Carlton, I was VP food and beverage for all the United States of Hyatt. Before that, I was a regional vice president at Hyatt. I had a great job in Golden Handcuff, anything. I didn't need a job. I moved to Atlanta to take that job because I wanted to create, I had a dream to create the finest hotel company in the world. That's high intent. If that wouldn't have been the intent, Ritz-Carlton would have never been that. Or later Capella, which was just voted best hotel and best company in the world. Okay, so it was established in high intent. Once you establish your high intent, you don't know how to get there. You don't give it said how to get there. You don't know that there is a great possibility in life, no matter where you are, and no matter where you go. Though, if your intent is not high, you won't be high.
Right, and I wrote down self-worth, which is, you know, the ladies and gentlemen, like you're self-worthy too, first, before or along with you're the guest that you're serving. So I love that you kept yourself going through all these different experiences. How did you was there somebody that maybe inspired you to keep going or to really learn the industry? Did you have a mentor in your life?
Well, wait a minute. We all are the result, the impacts from other people in our life. All of us. It didn't come from nowhere in us. We stole idea, we got idea, we had mentors and so on. And I was very lucky, starting with that Maitre D, who really truly look. And from there on, I had a number of mentors. Some of you may know people, Colgate Holmes, Pat Foley, people that you can learn from. And of course, in between, before that, many others that I was excited to see their excellence and to try and steal ideas and thought, and some of them actually helped me. And that's the thing. You know, that Maitre D, after my 3 years apprenticeship, when I left there to move to Switzerland and worked in Switzerland for a while and so on. He made me look in his eyes and he said, now, promise me one more time, never go to work. Never, ever go to work. Only go to create excellence in what you're doing. Now, I forgot it in between. But believe you me, he was a reason. And if I can tell the story, I worked in San Francisco in the Hilton as a room service waiter when I came to the US in the Tenderloin district. Some of you know it. And I had a furnished little room close by on Ellis Street. If you know it, you can imagine that's where I lived. And I wanted to be promoted to room service supervisor. And I knew I would get it because I knew I was the best waiter there. There was no question about it. Because I had learned in the finest hotels in Europe. And the rest of them just took orders and delivered. And I knew, and the room service manager was German. So I knew that was my job, the next promotion. And I said, then after that I got back to Europe. Well, the promotion, the job opened. Sure enough, a few months later, the job opened, but I didn't get it. And it took me a few months. First, I said, stupid management. Why wouldn't they give it to me? You know, all the typical things we do. And it took me a few months to admit the other guy deserved it more. I was very young. I came late in the morning sometimes, a few minutes only, mind you, 5 minutes. But you could see from 100 yards, I was still tired. And when the manager said, okay, let's fold napkins. And I said, why me? Why not the other guys? Well, the guy got promoted, was always on time, always smiled, always said, yes, sir, I'm happy to. And when I realized that, I went to my little room and I talked to the Maitre D. He had died in the meantime. He didn't show up. Don't worry. But I talked to him and I said, I'm sorry. I went to work. I didn't go to work for excellence. Please forgive me. and I will never, ever do it again. And from there on, my career took off like a rocket ship.
Right. So it was that drive, it was that understanding. Yeah. So it was that drive and that understanding, like, hey, I need to shift the way I'm thinking, the way I'm behaving, if I want a career, if I want to.
That's right. That's right.
And so, is that what you're
wherever you are right now, wherever you are, if you contemplate, go somewhere else, first think, am I seeking, what is my high expectation here? What's my high intent? Is that what I want? And then have a dream. With other words, develop your own purpose in life. Follow that.
I love it. And so that aligns with your mission and vision. How did you come up with a mission and vision for the Ritz-Carlton hotel company?
Well, it was very clear. I joined it. I joined the job to create the finest hotel company. Now I had a vision. Now, as a leader, once you develop a vision for your department or for your business, whatever, then you have to ask yourself, first of all, otherwise you're not a leader, is that vision good for all concerned? Is it good for the investors? Is it good for the customer, the vision? Is it good for every employee? Is it good for society as a whole? If the answer is yes, really yes, not a simple answer. If you say yes, and I say, why is it good for them? I agonized about that. But once it was clear, it was clear that I could not compromise anymore. I had to go after the vision to become the best in the world nonstop, because I knew it was good for all concerned. That's a vision. The mission is, people all misunderstand. I mean, I'm consulting with a number of companies. I'm on 5 boards of directors. And the strange thing with companies, their vision statement is usually a mission statement. They're saying, we are doing this with excellence and so on. That's what you're doing. Whatever you do is a mission. Wherever that doing takes you in the future, hopefully a beautiful place, that's a vision. Vision is not something you can do for sure. Something is you desire. It's high intent for the future. In your vision, if you work your vision well, you get to that point in the future.
I love that. I love that. I hope everybody's getting inspired by Mr. Schulze's wise words of leadership and habits. And so what are the few habits that you live by even today as you continue to go? What are some leadership habits or some daily habits or routines that, you know?
Well, in relative to my development, and they have other routines. I get up in the morning, sun time. I sit down with my wife, have a cup of coffee. We pray together, and blah blah blah. Other than those routine visions, I have vision. I have intent of continuous improvement for myself. That's very important to me. So I have, whatever I do, I have a vision for it. I make a decision about. I join a board. I make a decision about. You see. Our destiny, again, our destiny is also not luck. Our destiny is the decisions that we made. So I make decisions. I set high intent for anything that I'm going to do. I question myself, is that good for everybody? And then I improve. I question myself in my function. Like I was in a board meeting yesterday with a company in Houston. And after I left and sit in the plane, I thought, I go over to my mind and said, how could I have done that better? That's continuous improvement. To think, how could you see? Let me explain that. Excellence in life as a human being. As a human being, you're excellent if you do your very best in your function of work and of life. The functions, the thing you do. You don't do it perfect, but you should do your very best. Number 2, very important as a human being, you do your very best relationally. Number 3, you do your very best morally and integrity wise. Now, if you do your very best in this area, you're a human being of excellence, but you want to improve that. Yesterday, I had that meeting. I went in the plane and I sat down and said, how could I have improved my functioning there? How could I have done that better? And then you tweak it and you imply what you find the next time. And then I said, how could I have done my relationship better? And I realized I interfered too much in the discussion. And so I'm tweaking that. So if you tweak yourself, particularly young people, look here, if you're a waiter, hypothetically, what do you want? You want a relationship with your guests, so they tip you well. When do you establish that relationship? By interfering and say, excuse me, while they're conversing, excuse me, my name is Joe, I'm here. I don't give a damn that you're Joe, frankly. It doesn't matter. But you have to have a warm relationship. If you say one word too many, you're obnoxious. If you say one word too little, you didn't seem to care. When do you have relationship? When I take my order, you look in my eye, thank you, certainly, very fine. And then you go away and say, how could I have done that better? And then you tweak it. This way you become better and better. And if you do that, in 6 months, nobody is as good in what you're doing than you are.
Right. I love this. And, I've had so many amazing connections with hotel folks at the Ritz-Carlton. Your ladies and gentlemen at the Ritz-Carlton, they make great impressions. Let me just show you. June, last month, I stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in Naples. And I can't pull this up on the screen, but I'm going to show you because I know I've showed this on one of my posts recently. But this gentleman's worked for the Ritz-Carlton for over 30-something years, 20 or 30 years.
He's a doorman, no?
He's in maintenance. He's in maintenance. Watch this.
Can't see it. Oh, yeah.
I'm just walking.
My name is Pedro. I have the elevator ready for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying with us. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I mean that.
Right.
Wow.
Thank you.
So what happened was that I had to re-record this because I was walking down to the elevator to go to the pool, and this gentleman was painting the walls. Right?
Doesn't make a difference. He's here to serve. That's
he
it.
He was painting the walls. He noticed me from 20 feet away, 30 feet away. He
course.
ran to the elevator and opened pushed the elevator for me to catch the elevator without waiting. And he said, "I'm ready for it."
That's one of the non-negotiables that we teach. That's a basic number, maybe 12. I'm not sure now. And it says, whatever you're doing, step away from whatever you're doing and take care of the customer. And if the customer comes within 3 meters, about 9 or 10 feet, you look them in the eye and say good morning and help them whatever they need. Even step away from your own duties. Teach them. That's being taught. That's a process that's being taught. If you don't teach it, it won't happen. Or by luck, it may happen once in a while, but it should happen all the time. That's why you teach it to everybody.
Yeah. And this gentleman, I'm forgetting his name now, but he said when he was growing up in Cuba, he wanted to work for the best company in the world, hotel company. And they said, you have to work for the Ritz-Carlton. It was his dream to work for the Ritz-Carlton. And even today, it's still his dream. And now he's happy that his son is going to maybe move to kind of do what he's doing. And so he continues inspiring. And I love that we can do this for ourselves, but it's very difficult to do it for other folks to understand your vision, your mission. So how did you get your entire team to understand your vision?
Excuse me. Excuse me, a little bit of a cold. Please forgive me if I drink something.
Absolutely.
So let's understand this whole concept. Let's pretend on your left side over there are a lot of people. These are your guests, your customers, whatever you call patients, whatever you call them. They're over there. That's your market. And on the right, you also have a lot of people. Those are your employees. So how are you becoming a great company? It doesn't matter in what, and certainly in the hospitality world. You have to know what your market over here expects from your product. You have to understand that, what they expect in behavior, in product itself, and so on and so on. Once you know that, it's not about you, it's about them, you see. It's not about you, it's about your customer, your market. Once you know that, you have to make sure that the people over here, the employees, understand what they want, understand what caring, how to say hello, how to say good afternoon, how to respond. You have to teach that and create processes, systems, controls, and measurements to be sure it actually happens. And how do you create processes and so on? That's called management. Now, what is leadership? Leadership, if you create an environment where those employees over here want to do it, don't have to do it, want to do it. And that is called leadership. Now, leadership without management doesn't go. Management without leadership actually does. But I can assure you.
Hold on. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Leadership without management, process working and so on, doesn't work. Management without leadership does work. But leadership and management together creates much more than only management. That is aligning your people. Everybody talks alignment. I mean, they talk to people, what's alignment? Don't even know it. It's a quacking like ducks in our industries. Alignment. What's alignment? Alignment is everybody knows what the customer wants. Everybody knows who the company is, what the company thinks, what the company feels, what's the soul of the company, what's the thinking of this department. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows what the customer wants. And then create an environment in which they want to do it. That's how you run a business, no matter what business. By the way, you hospitality people, there isn't an industry, none, where hospitality is not absolutely needed, where it isn't playing the greatest role. And if I can finish, I'm sorry, Rupesh. You see, what creates customer loyalty? The product, it's not true. We know that for sure. It's been studied. The relationship, remember relationship? And human being creates it. You see, the loyalty is nothing. That everybody talks about customer loyalty. What is it? It's nothing but the customer trusts you. That is not created by your room. That's created by the relationship. That trust. That's how important it is to create that environment in an organization.
Absolutely. I love this. I mean, this is all like gold nuggets that you're sharing with us. Guys, if you've loved so far what Mr. Schulze is talking about, hit the love button right now. Hit the like button. All right. So I have a couple more questions. Now, with technology coming into play, how do we continue that service level at a high standards when we have technology in the way?
Okay, I don't want to insult some of you, but I will. Okay, all of the big names out there, you guys, Hyatt, Hilton, Sheraton, Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, all of you. Pretty soon, you have people make a reservation on this thing here.
Yeah.
And then guess what? And then you arrive on those things, and you check in on that thing, and you call your elevator on that thing, and you open your door on that thing, and you check out of that thing, and then you call yourself to the hotel. You all are becoming, and certainly that's it. You are becoming a sleeping commodity. All of you. Yes. Oh, yeah, don't be mad with me. I love you all. I love the people in this industry. Don't be mad with me. You're becoming a sleeping hospital commodity. That's why those new, smaller hospitality hotels, they should have this thing also, but they should still there waiting for them as human beings and offer their heart to stay there, be hospitality people. You know what hospitality is? Can I tell you?
Sure.
The first person that wrote about hospitality, guess who that was? That was in the year 500, that taught about hospitality. That was in the year 500. Saint Benedict, so-called holy person, a saint, Saint Benedict wrote, he had created many monasteries in Europe. And of course, when you traveled in Europe, men traveled by themselves, women didn't, but men traveled by themselves, they went for shelter in the monasteries. And Saint Benedict wrote to his abbes, the ones that were leading those monasteries, he wrote to them and said, when a guest arrives, treat him as if it was Jesus himself. Wow. And he said, in fact, if you're in a fast, if the guest is by himself, break the fast and have dinner with them. but first wash their feet, you. And so, how close do we come to that? Hospitality. Hospitality, with other words, giving everything. Hospitality is serving people. What is service? I mean, people, you all talk about service, but what is it? It starts the instant you make contact with a great greeting. Welcome. Not hi. What are you saying when you say hi? You're saying we're equal. What if you would say, good morning, sir, how are you today, or ma'am, or whatever? In that moment, you say, I respect you. I honor you. But at the same time, I'm saying, I'm a professional. I'm giving trust. So hospitality is welcome. But the second step of service, hospitality, is to comply to their visions. After you make contact, it's about them. It's not about you. Mm-hmm. It's about making them feel well and helping them to make the best decision about your product and about you, the best decision. That's the second step of service. And the third step is saying, farewell. I was honored to serve you. That's our beautiful business. What a beautiful honor it is to work in this wonderful business, caring for people, not being servants, but being professionally in caring for them, and work in environments of beauty and excellence and safety and security.
I love it. I love this. It's been amazing. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor having you on, Mr. Schulze. I know there's folks that want to ask you a lot of questions. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. We'll see if we can get back to them after the show. If you've loved this episode, please hit the comment and share one simple idea that you learned today as we all continue. My last question is for the folks that are working the long hours, the times that it's stressful right now, where staffing could be an issue, some of these other things that are issues right now, keeping our industry. And as we get back to it, what are some inspiring words that you can share to these folks that are working long hours and in stressful situations right now?
And believe me, guys, I understand your hours. I understand. Look here. I washed the dishes. I work the hours. I come from where you are, even if you're right now a dishwasher, but all the way up, I come from there. That's who I am. And I know the tough and the pain and so on, and particularly now. But understand, this too shall pass. Don't, in the process of this, be careful. Do not change your values. Do not change your values. And do not change the vision, your purpose. If you haven't set, if you don't set it, set your purpose. Dream of what your department should be, what your company should be, where you want to be in 10 years. That is setting a vision. That is setting purpose. And then concentrate on that purpose and say, no matter what, I will get to that purpose. I will make it. Don't think Ritz-Carlton or Capella. You all may know it. I started Capella also, which is now what the best hotel in the world in Bali, second best in the American measurements, best in number one in the world in Asia, voted best hotel company. I sold it 2 years ago. I started that company. Why was that successful? Why were we with Ritz-Carlton in each location in 5 continents the number one? Simple. We didn't give up, concentrate. We didn't say, oh, now times are bad. Now I will not be the best anymore. Oh, now I don't feel good. No. Concentrate on the vision. No matter what happens, don't allow yourself to focus on the excuses or on the explanations. Look forward. It's difficult sometimes. I know. I have fallen down in the face in the mud, but I got up and said, we'll be number one anyway. And if you do that, all of a sudden, purpose will guide you. And one last word on that. Even Aristotle, 3,000 years ago, mind you, said, you cannot be fulfilled as a human being unless you have purpose and belonging. And once you have purpose, you belong to the people that share the purpose.
This is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's been amazing to have these golden nuggets dropped, and I I really respect what you've done for the industry and what you continue doing. The book, here it is, guys. The book is Excellence Wins, a no-nonsense guide to becoming the best in the world of compromises, right? What does that mean? What does Excellence Wins? What does that mean? When you wrote this book, when you said, I'm going to create the title Excellence Wins,
Well,
what is that?
in other words, no matter what you're going to do, if you intend to improve, to do it with excellence, with other words, high intent, which is excellence, and then apply and work hard, you will make it no matter what it is you set up to do. Period. You will. The winning, as I said, I promised my maitre d' to always go for excellence, and I didn't. And finally went back in San Francisco, my little furnished room, I can see it right now. I promised him again, and from there on, I got the supervisor job. I became maitre d', I became catering manager, assistant food and beverage director, hired as food and beverage director, became rooms director, became general manager, large hotel, regional vice president, corporate vice president, all that in 10 years. Yeah, because I concentrate on excellence from there on. Totally. Every day I wrote it on my mirror in my bed, in my bathroom where I shaved, and said, go to work for excellence and not for work. It's difficult. You have to manage yourself. You have to constantly tweak yourself and then question myself constantly, could I have done better? Yeah. And I still can do much better, I know.
Yeah. And, you've been all over the media, including all the different media outlets. I love everything you say. And, your mission and your story is always Excellence Wins. And I love it, guys. The book is Excellence Wins. It's been a pleasure having you on. Please go to HorstSchulze.com to learn more about his masterclass. He also has the needtolead.com, which is his masterclass, his training, his speaking. Where else can people find you?
Well, on Amazon or in the web, HorstSchulze.com. That's it. Easy.
This has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I hope to meet you one day in person to shake your hand, to thank you for everything you've done for our industry and keep inspiring all of us to grow and to keep going. I'll say thank you so much.
This too will pass. God bless you all, and congratulations on your 100th podcast. All the best.
Thank you so much. God bless you so much. Thank you so much, guys. The book is Excellence Wins. Mr. Horst Schulze, thank you so much. This was amazing, guys. All right, so I am giving away now. Let's see who's left on the show. All right, there. You guys are all. If you loved this episode, you learned at least 20 things, which I did. I have like a whole list of them. Comment and let us know. And I know Sarah's saying that she got inspired. We all got inspired. Guys, we're celebrating my 100th episode. All right, so I wrote down some names. I was trying to listen to him as I'm trying to watch the comments. All right, so the winner for the $100 gift card to smartguests.com is Brittany Rowland. Congratulations, Brittany. You just won a $100 gift card. All right, so we're giving away some copies of his book, Excellence Wins. And let's see, we have, and if your name gets mentioned, please send me a direct message. You've won a copy of his book. We'll mail it to you. All right, so we have Anna Harriman, Dina Coventry. Oh my God, Siggy, comment. All right, let me know. Let's see who else. Let's see, we have Peggy Godfrey won. Wendy Lovetro, you won. Congratulations. So many other people. Let's see. We have Regina. Regina, send me a message. Regina Morgan, you won a copy of the book. All right. So I'm also giving away $25 gift card to celebrate the 100th episode. We have Stefan. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it wrong. Edrenberg. Stefan, you just won a gift card for $25. Please send me a direct message. Guys, next week, I'm super excited. Sarah Dandashy, Glenn Hausman, and I are hosting the live from the AHOCON welcome reception. It's Tuesday, August 3rd. There's still time to register for the AHOA conference. Over 6,000 people are going to be joining us live at the convention. We're going to do it all safely. And you can go to ahoa.com and register to join us. And it's not just for Asians, like we talked about last week with the CEO, Ken Green. It's for anybody that's a hotel owner, operator in the industry. And I'm so excited to meet all the vendors. I'm so excited to meet all of you. Please join us next week, the entire week. It's August 3rd through the 6th, AHOACon, Dallas, Texas. So excited about that. And by the way, guys, live from the conference, I'm giving away $500 courtesy of UTIP. Thank you so much to utip.money. If you go to utip.money, you'll learn more about them. It's a digital, they're changing the way you get tips. It's the digital way of getting currency or getting tips to your entire staff. Our hotels are signing up. And guess what? If you share your most memorable tipping story, you'll be able to enter into the contest that's going to be announced live next week. So definitely go to rupesh.co/utip. Guys, I am doing this show live with Sarah in Glenn Hausman's booth, live from the AHOACon. I will see you next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to Mr. Horst Schulze. This was absolutely amazing. Guys, thank you so much for helping me celebrate the 100th. Here's to 100 or maybe 1,000 more, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. We'll talk to you next week. Guys, bye.